Okay, the next binding method that I have is using a recycled cereal box. And I've done 2 tutorials on how to cover this cereal box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it in fast forward, and I'm going to stop and show you different little things that I did this time compared to the other times. This one on the inside, I used envelopes and the Stack the Deck binding from Laura Denisons, and I'll try to link that video below if I can find it so you can go see how she does it. But what I did was I took these envelopes. They are ivory colored and they're 4 3/4 inches by 6.5 inches. I just got it at Staples. But they're the perfect size for my printable. So I'm going to show you how I got this look of the envelope and the different little things that I did in here. And I'm going to show you how some of the things that I did differently when I made the book cover. So let me get everything gathered together and I'll be right back. Alright, let's do the envelopes first because they're going to need some time to dry. So the first thing we want to do is we want to seal them all the way up so they're closed on all the way around. And I'm just going to use, you can use whatever adhesive you want, but I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. And you want to make sure that you get everything because you want it to be, because you're going to be cutting the ends off, and you want to make sure you get all of the different little flaps and things. So I like to go around the inside of the cutout part there and then around the edge of the flap. I don't even bother licking it because it's not going to matter either way. So now we got a sealed envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and do all 6 of these. And we need 6 for the Stack the Deck binding. I guess you could do more if you made a bigger, like if you added another deck on the Stack the Deck. But I find 6 is pretty good. I mean, it's a good, you know, it's a pretty good thickness. So it's, you know, it's not, how thick is it? It is 1 3/4 inches. So 6 I think is a pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna get all these done and I'll be right back. Alright, I got all of them sealed. Now what we want is we want to trim the top and the bottom off. And so let's see. I know that my pages are approximately 4 inches wide. So let's measure this real quick. So it's 4 3/4. So I think that if we cut 1/4 inch off of each side, yeah, we'll take 1/4 inch off of each side. So the flap that you close down, cut that part off so that it's open. See, gluing those extra little pieces around keeps that little tab down. Flip it around and then take another 1/4 inch off. So then you should have, it should measure, if you're using this size envelope, it should measure 4 1/4, yeah, by 6. No, that's not right. I think I just messed up. Yeah, I did. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to make another one. What we wanted to measure is, we want it to be a total size of 4.5 by 6.5. So we just want to take 1/8 inch off. So right now it's at 4 3/4. So we just want to take 1/8 inch off on both top and bottom. There we go. That looks right. Okay. So that's 4.5 by 6.5. So we want to cut all the envelopes like that, 1/8 of an inch off, top and bottom. And I'm going to do all of these really quickly and be right back. Okay, I've got them all sealed and I made the extra one that I boo-booed. So now we just want to corner around all of them just like we did with all the other pages and stuff. Now my favorite way to get these types of things to look distressed, you see how the edges are just really distressed looking, and they're not even, you know, it's just a really neat, and it's the easiest and fastest way I know to achieve this is simple. You need a surface that you don't want to mess up and won't won't soak in all the ink. I'm going to use Distress Stain Vintage Photo again. I'm just going to squirt some out on my mat here, and then I'm going to literally just pour just plain water on top of it. And I'm going to stir it up. I'm just going to use the end of my pokey tool here. Okay. Alright, now all we got to do is I put them in a stack just together, and I'm just going to run them in that liquid and go all the way around. Make sure you get the corners. And you want to double check to make sure that all of the edges, you know, have some stain on them. This bottom one could use, I obviously made too much liquid. Then you might want to shake out some of the extra. And that's it. Then you let them dry. You can either dry them with a heat gun, which I think I might do just now. Let me clean this up. I wish I had something I could soak it up with besides paper towel, but I'm trying to get most of this recorded before my son gets home from school and the dogs start barking. Alright, let me move this out of the way. Alright, and all you gotta do, if you want to speed it up, is take your heat gun to it and just keep moving it around. Okay, I'm going to let them dry on their own for now, and I'm going to get to work on the cover. Now, I've already pre-cut my recycled box. It's not a cereal box, but it's these things are really good. If you haven't had any, yum. But mine, I ended up cutting mine at 4 3/4 by. It should be closer to 6.5, but that's okay. And then I've already got some sheets ready. I'm going to crinkle it up really quickly. Sorry about the noise. Now this part I am going to fast forward through because I'm just going to be gluing this down onto here with PVA glue, and I will link my other videos in the description below so that you can go check those out in more detail if you'd like. Okay, I did want to mention that these are rounded corners, so oh, that's too much glue. So when you're doing the corners on this, you just kind of want to take your time and just kind of keep pulling it until it's like got a rounded corner. Do you see that? Where I just keep kind of pinching it around. So now it's rounded. So I want to glue all these pieces down. Okay, the next thing to do is I'm going to take two different inks. But first I'm going to start with the archival ink, and I'm just going to rub the ink pad over top of it like this. And it already has a really cool effect to it. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the same to the back side. You hear random noises. My son is home from school now, so he's got his daily chores he has to do, like feed the dogs. And then I'm going to take the vintage photo one, and I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to take a spray bottle, and I'm going to get it wet and let the water do the, make the vintage photo ink kind of disperse a little bit. And then we'll flip it over. You might want to help it out a little bit if it didn't. Alright, now I'm going to dry it, and I'll be right back. Okay, for the Stack the Deck binding, you'll need 3 pieces of cardstock, and mine are cut to 5 3/4. One of them is by 2 1/4, 5 3/4 by 1 3/4, 5 3/4 by 1 1/4. And then each one of them are scored 1/2 inch from each end. It doesn't matter which one you're working on, it's a 1/2 inch from each one of the ends. Oops. Okay, I have my little template here. So then you want to kind of, let me move this out of the way. You want to go ahead and fold over the edges. Oh, I also wanted to mention the width, the height that I chose was 5 3/4. I didn't want it to go up over top of that curved part, so I wanted it to fit inside. Oops. In between those two, you know, curved areas, so that it's not sticking out in these strange places. Alright, so go ahead and fold these over. And then to stick these together, you want to use something strong, a strong adhesive. I'm going to use score tape. I'm going to use it in 2 different widths, 3/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch. And you want to do it on the back side. You want to cover the whole thing because it's going to be what's holding on to the spine of your book. Okay, so all you have to do is take the largest piece, put it on the bottom, take the second to largest piece, and center it on top of that as best you can. And then you take the top piece and center it on top of that one. Again, I'll put a link below to Laura Denisons' tutorial so that you can see how she does it. So now we've got all these little flaps. want to give it a good burnish really quick. Okay, I forgot to mention before I went on to the stack to deck part is that right now the cover looks like this, but when I went to add these pages on here to decorate the cover, I used matte medium from Ranger and sealed the whole cover, which is why it has that really neat look to the side there. Sealed the whole cover, and what happens when you use the matte medium with the distress ink, it changes to this. I'm not sure even how to explain it, but it does. But anyway, so each layer that I put on, I put some doilies on here. I put a layer of matte medium in between. So you would do this first before you do the spine part. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do it. So there's my spine. You just take all this tape off, the backing off the tape. And then you want to center it top, bottom, and side to side. And try not to get your fingers all over the glue. Sometimes it's really hard to find the center, but you just gotta guess the best you can. That looks good. And push it down. Burnish it in. Well, that's not too bad. If you want to, you could have pre-inked that to make it look a little bit more distressed. And then the pages just get glued in with wet glue. I'm going to use Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. And all you do is you put it on one side and the other. And then you want to slide. You just want to slide your page on there. And then you've got a few minutes of wiggle room. Oh, my doggy, sorry. And you don't want to go past that the score mark there. And then you just keep adding them on this way. I have another tutorial. I think I did the same thing. So I'll put a link below for that because it'll be a little bit more detailed than what this video is. And then when you do the second one, what I like to do is get it on there first. It's not cooperating. And then when I lay it flat, I try to match it up to the one underneath so that they're all the same. Just like that. Alright, see, all the pages are in there now. And they're all pretty much even. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the finished one, or the almost finished one that I have, so that you can see what I did with it. So the pages now, they have, some of the pages are actual inserts now, so those go into the side. I haven't put the tabs on or anything, but I will. I'll get to it, I promise. And then when you cut the pages out, see, they fit perfectly onto that size envelope. And you know, this one I didn't have to use the back side for this one. I don't think I did. No, I just glued it directly to the envelope. Oh, and look, this envelope right here. This is the one I put in the front, and then I put 2 brads in it to hold this piece, the strip down that also comes as part of the printable, for it to tuck into right there. I just thought that was cute. But yeah, so then I just glued the pages down. Some of them I glued smaller pages down before I stuck it into the spine, just so it had, you know, some extra interest. This one I cut along there, just along that edge right there, so that I could tuck the envelope into there. That's the back, or one of the lining pieces, but I used it as a insert instead. Then there's one of the pockets with the tag insert. But again, I only had to use the one side. I just glued it down to the envelope. And then here I cut this entire circle piece out and then glued it down just on one side so that you can slide something. And then this is one of the background pieces, just the, you know, the solid background. I cut it down to size to make a tag for the side here. And this one I didn't glue it all the way down, so it's got another pocket on the side, which I thought was kind of neat. So I just glued it on the floor, and then this I glued to the inside of this. And then here, I just cut along here. I didn't cut it completely, I just cut and stopped here and here. But that also gives you a little tuck spot. Whoop. And then another insert. Let's put the tabs and stuff on there, and then it would be really, really, you know, nice. Oh no, that one's glued all the way down. Here, I just tore it in half and then glued it down separately so that it could hold that's that double-sided tag. Oh, sorry, double-sided tag. Another page insert. Just a page, and then there's another one of those with the insert. And then this was the back cover. I just put it as an insert instead. Tore this one in half, and then this is another little pocket page with the little file folder book. So I just used that as an insert. And then there's the back cover pocket. I just spread it apart a little bit just to compensate, you know, for all the space. And then I did the same thing with the brads, like I did in the front here. I did these pearl brads instead of just plain brads to hold this long envelope pocket closed. So I think that's it. There's the back cover. I used a doily, and I did actually use the back cover. I haven't used everything in here. I haven't finished everything in here, but hopefully I will soon. But I did put some cool little details, ripping the pages, and I cut out an extra front tag and put it up on foam dots or pop dots or something. And I'm going to put a title. I don't know what I'm going to put yet, but I'm going to put something. And that's about it. I added a little seam binding. So I really like it. I want to get it all embellished and get all the extra pages and stuff in here. And I hope you guys give my printable a try. I've shown you, I think, 4 different ways now that you can use it. So if you do try it, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you make a video, tag me in it so that I can see, you know, what cool stuff you come up with. But I hope you go over to the shop and purchase it and give it a try and let me know what you think. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye.